going to tell you is briefly what happened to me over the past 10 to 14 years. Um, I went into this chat room yonks ago, 12, 13 years ago. I was told I kept asking to make friends, so go in this chat room. And I was 34, I'm 49 now, and I started to get addicted to going into chat rooms. I wouldn't do anything else, and it ruined my life. There was nasty bullies in there. It started off, he said he was a nurse and that he watched Casualty, and we had a conversation. Then he turned nasty and said, ha ha ha, I'm a woman, you've told me where you live, you've told me who you are, um, I'm going to get you, that type of thing. I didn't think anything of it. I was married at the time. Um, then I just got addicted to it. I wanted to find out who it was who was bullying me, who was doing this. Later on, it was vicious. I don't know whether it was a male or a female. They said that I hope your mother dies of AIDS. I just really, really gone in the head. But it fucked me up. Um, uh, Later on, years later, a few years later than that, they persuaded me to have webcam sex. Um, and I wasn't so much blackmailed as you hear in the news now. The person didn't blackmail me. They just said, while you were taking your clothes off, I have been taking pictures. I have been filming it everywhere. He said about 500,000 people have watched you play with yourself online, and I have watched you. And then he proceeded to switch off the webcam chat, and that was it. It terrified me. I didn't know how to cope with it. I then started to get emails saying that I know where you live, I'm going to get you. But I've heard of stalking cases that women have been stalked from different countries like Uganda, America, Canada. So I began to think maybe it was someone in a different country doing it, and there was nothing I could do about it. I didn't, at that time, I didn't go to the police. I didn't think any more of it, but I've ended up in some kind of sordid thing to do with the web and the internet, where when my marriage was over and I was living in women's refuges as well, I became some sort of sex toy, used and abused by men in women's safe houses down the street. One man talked to me in Gloucestershire Park and said he was a bin man and he was called Dave. So I'm sick of the name Dave, to be honest. And he just was a pervert. He said, I've seen you walking across the park, are you single? I stupidly said yes. I thought he was going to turn out to be a nice man, and he ended up just like, I'm not going to go into it all. But I have been some kind of sex toy for 15 years, and I've had enough of it. I want to see my adopted son. I want to see my daughter. Along the line, drug addicts got involved and introduced my children to drugs. And I worry about my daughter. She has got pregnant at 16. She's had a baby. I love her very much, but I can't see my grandchild. I can't see my daughter. I can't see my adopted son, Anthony. And with all the other things that have gone in my life, I've had trauma to the head, I've been beaten, I've been sexually abused. I cannot feel safe travelling to long places without somebody with me, because I have gone through enough trauma for that. To be to just walk down the street for me is terrifying. I have to put my earphones on. Half the time my hands are shaking, and men push me about, bully me, coerce me into sex I do not want, but at the moment I am fighting it, and I feel that they are now depriving me of human contact by keep going, making out I'm nasty, so that I do something stupid and go back to sleeping with men using me as a free, I say free, prostitute. Never has any money exchanged hands, and they're calling me the free ugly dog prostitute because of my teeth and my nose has been broken. So it's a free ugly dog they can use and have fun with. Like put a paper bag over its head and just fuck the hole. That type of thing. I am a human being. I don't like it. I don't want it. You can call me ugly. You can call me fat. Sleeping with members of the family is incest. That is illegal. So, do you know what I mean? In their sick, perverted minds, a mother going out, I can't even go out with my son because they're filthy. They are really, really disgusting, vile individuals, and some of them are women. I stay on my own because I am so frightened to let anyone in my doors, speak to anyone, only people I know, and that would be the postman, and probably that's it. So they bring dogs. In Gloucestershire, they threw dogs into the flat near my baby boy, Anthony, when he was 2. A group of 3 or 4 little girls threw a dog into my door, and it went for my son, and I called the police, and again they did nothing. Again at Stanley Road, somebody let a stray dog in my front door, and it went to lick Tony. The only person I can remember referring me to a dog is Jay, the Indian man from Birmingham, who said at Fairfield Court, I was a dog, my flat was a mess, someone's should put a bomb in it, and I'm a dog, and that's where that's come from. I said that he was a small Indian man, about 5'9", who drank energy drinks, who flashed himself in front of my baby. He was so inconsiderate and so disgusting. He wanted sexual activity while Tony was running around in the room. He said, can't you put your coat across so he can't see? That's the type of people that I am meeting off of dating sites. So I would avoid them.